Hey guys, so today's video is a follow-up of yesterday's video, which was about David Dobrik and that whole situation. Basically, I didn't do any updates kind of along the way. I know some channels did, they kind of did updates whenever something happened. My video yesterday was basically just start to finish everything that's been happening for the last like 2 weeks. I just wanted to have a more consolidated full video just to like figure out my thoughts. But now there's something big happening again, so now that I've covered like the basics of what has happened, I'm gonna now just cover like the major updates as they happen, because I feel like then I'll get overwhelmed again like I did yesterday. So yeah, my social media will be in description along with my beauty channel. I do recaps on TikTok of drama if that's something you're interested in. Subscribe, hit that bell, like and comment for engagement, or you will step into wet with your socks on. I can't imagine anything worse at this point. That sounds like a nightmare. So yeah, if you want to avoid wet socks, then like, comment, subscribe and hit that bell. Now let's get into it. David Dobrik, obviously we all know that situation. If you don't, like I said, my video will be in the description just so you can recap that. I'm not gonna like go over that again because that's literally a 25-minute long video. So I'm just gonna go from there. So the inside article comes out and there are many accusations in that article from anonymous women. So one of them is referred to as Hannah and one of them is referred to as Sarah, and Sarah is Hannah's friend and Hannah's the victim in the situation. So that's kind of where we're going with that. So apparently Todd and Jeff went and bought alcohol for these girls. Now Jeff posts a video called My Truth and he's the only one from the vlog squad that has spoken to Kat. Kat's the journalist behind the article for Insider, and he says that he's not guilty of what the article says. He says that Trisha Paytas said that he gave them the alcohol, which is a lie. Well, he claims it's a lie. Everything I say here is allegations back and forth. He says that's a lie and that he reached out to debunk this lie. And he says that Trisha Paytas would have no way of knowing who supplied the alcohol because she wasn't there for the alcohol part. She had left before any of this happened. He thinks that he's in the article because he defended Jason when Jason and Trisha broke up, and he was the one that had the situation with Trisha in Starbucks. If you're unaware of that, Trisha ran into Jeff at Starbucks and he basically just ignored her, ran out because of the whole Jason situation. Now he says they bring up in the article some jokes he made about Todd, you know, and alcohol, and he says yes, he made those jokes but he didn't buy the alcohol. He says that he finds it a bit strange that the article when it first came out was behind a paywall, so you had to pay to read the article. And I think Philip DeFranco actually mentioned this in his video on David Dobrik, where he said he doesn't understand why an article this important would be behind a paywall, why you would ever need to pay to read this and be made aware of what's happening on the internet. I'm pretty sure the article is free now, but if it isn't, then yeah, I kind of agree, like this shouldn't be behind a paywall because then people are not aware of what's happening. But I do understand, you know, that they have to make money, but at the same time I think this is the one article where it should not be behind a paywall. Kat didn't know what video he made the whiskey jokes in, but had to put it in anyway. That's kind of what he says. He says that when he spoke to her, she didn't know what video these jokes happened in, but she had to put it in because it's part of her job. And he actually included a few clips of the phone call that he had with her. But if he didn't get her consent, that's actually a crime because California is a two-party consent state where if you're recording a phone call you have to let the other person know and ask them for permission if you can record a phone call. He says that in the video when they all look into the room to see what's happening with Dom and the girls, he says that nothing was actually happening, that was just a big joke, and that David basically was like, oh, this video is a flop. They just looked in and tried to kind of like make the joke make sense. Like they just looked in and were like, oh my god, what's happening? And apparently nothing was happening. And he claims that if he saw something happening, he would have reacted. But he basically said there was nothing there. And then he refers to this scene where Dom comes out and he's like sweaty. Apparently that was filmed the next day. They literally sprayed him down with water, and yeah, that was filmed after like everyone was gone. It was just David and Dom refilming that scene. So apparently David and Jeff left after that looking in scene. So they look into the room, nothing is happening at that point, allegedly, and they leave, and then whatever happens afterwards they apparently not aware of. So that's kind of the story that he's sticking with. He says that he's also called and texted Dom on multiple occasions to get him to, you know, hold himself accountable, to, you know, address this publicly, and that Dom has told him to basically leave him alone. He says that everyone's bringing up the jail joke at the end of the video where David's like, yeah, we're all gonna go to jail because of this, and he says that it's an unfortunate coincidence that that joke was made, that obviously if they were actually committing a crime they wouldn't then make that joke to make it clear that they're committing a crime. So he says it's just an unfortunate happening that they made that joke while something criminal was actually happening. His managers have reached out to him and said that because of how serious this situation is, he has to delete brand deals that he has done in the past, mainly with the people involved in the situation, because that could lead to lawsuits from the brands that he's worked with. And he says that he wouldn't delete the brand deals, but he actually deleted multiple videos with Dom in them. But you're also wondering, like, there are other guys in that group that's done other things and those videos are still up, like the guy that dated the 17-year-old, like those videos are still up. He also mentions how he asked Kat if she feels bad about accusing an innocent man of doing these things without much proof, and she says, you know, she feels bad that this is happening, but it's part of her job to talk about these things. And yeah, like, she can feel bad that he got maybe wrapped up in this whole thing, but at the same time, if you don't say no and you don't say, hey guys, this isn't okay, you're just as much complacent in this whole thing. So like, this whole thing of, oh, I didn't know this was happening, I didn't, like, it seems like a lot of people knew. So it's very strange that someone so in the know wouldn't know what was happening, because Trisha Paytas wasn't really that close with him at that point. Like, she was dating Jason and she was in a few videos, but she wasn't probably David's like closest friend that he would tell everything to. But the fact that she knew a lot of stuff that was happening means Jeff probably knew more than her. So for him to be so like unaware of anything that is happening is a little bit strange. In the phone call, Kat says that she thinks he's innocent, but innocent in what sense? I'm not sure. It just seems like a lot of those phone call clips are very much out of context, like just weird bits of conversations. Like, innocent in what terms? Like, yeah, innocent as in he didn't do what Dom did, but innocent in other senses, maybe not. Like, it's just very difficult to gauge what she meant by the word innocent. He says he has the whole phone call filmed and recorded. He's not going to put it in this video, but if he needs to, he will show the whole phone conversation. He mentions the paywall again and says how it's just weird that this is all happening for money. He says he has employees that are now suffering because of these mistakes that were being made by people, and that an innocent man, aka himself, he's referring to himself, is now suffering and losing brand deals and losing money because of accusations that have no backing, basically, essentially, is what's happening here. There are many mixed reactions when it comes to this whole thing. So on his video, the reaction is very positive, actually. The comments, I went on both top comments and new comments, because sometimes top comments and new comments are a completely different vibe. I went on top comments and they're like this. So things like, Jeff is the only real one in the squad, potential lawsuit, possibly losing many videos, all sponsors being associated with something as wrong as this. He absolutely sounds like he's telling the truth. Please don't let this ruin his future he's worked so hard for. Also love the new studio. PS, sending love to the victims. You're the realest person on YouTube, Jeff. Stay true. Honestly, Jeff has always been open about his past and kept it real, showing he doesn't have much to hide from his community. He's not afraid to speak up on a situation he's merely involved in, and also went the extra mile to show mad evidence to prove his innocence. You're a real dude for this, Jeff. Just speaking about the situation gives you so much credibility on how you actually feel, properly dealing with the allegations. Much respect. Still looking to get chopped up by you on Jeff's barbershop one day. Side note, hearts out to the victims, of course. Hope light is shed on them at the end of this situation. I'm glad that Jeff called Trisha and talked privately. Jeff needs to go his own way now. No more David. The truth will come to light, and I really hope he has nothing to do with it. I rarely see Jeff interact with women, and when he does, it was respectful to them. Trisha wasn't there when the alcohol arrived. Regina George voice. So you admit the alcohol arrived. That's a pretty good reference. Who bought it, Jeff? That's the thing. It just seems like he's either protecting someone in this thing. Like, it's like he was there when the alcohol arrived, because he said Trisha wasn't there when the alcohol arrived, so he must have been there to know that Trisha wasn't there when the alcohol arrived. So Jeff, who bought the alcohol? Because you're saying it's not you. You're saying it's not David. Who was it? Jeff, the only one saying I did it was Trisha. Sarah and Hannah are my joke to you. So this is very interesting. He actually in the video says that no one is saying this but Trisha. But in the article, Sarah, the girl that was helping her friend out in this case, so Sarah was the not drunk one and Hannah was the one that had alcohol. So Sarah said that she saw Jeff and Todd bring alcohol. So like, Trisha's not the only one saying this. It's the actual people that were being interviewed by the insider. Weird that he just admitted that. So those are the reactions, and the new comments are also good. There were some people just saying, you know, we love you, Jeff, we support you. It just seems really strange. Anyway, now going back to David for a whole second, he's losing even more brand deals and more people are kind of distancing themselves from him. So far the brands that have dropped David Dobrik, according to Insider, are HelloFresh, EA Sports, Dollar Shave Club, DoorDash, General Mills, HBO Max, and Audible. So there's a team that he invested in called We Are Angel City, and he's one of the investors, and the response from them is, it's come to light that one of the Angel City FC investors, David Dobrik, has been accused of filming others without consent. Members of his video squad also being accused of, you know, we as Valkyries will not stand for misconduct towards anyone and support the courageous people who have come forward. Angel City FC owners need to be held to a higher standard, and conduct like this is something we cannot tolerate. We challenge the Angel City FC front office to make a statement and take action. And then Rebellion 99 posted saying, our statement regarding Angel City's response to David Dobrik's allegations and removal as founding investor. This is not enough. They said, our city deserves better. Our sports fans deserve better. Players deserve better. Rebellion 99 condemns the actions of David Dobrik and has pushed Angel City FC to take accountability for their own values. The hesitancy of our front office to release information that adequately addresses and condemns the allegations of Dobrik is discouraging. ACFC's actions and the half-hearted statement have fallen short of their own expectations. We appreciate those in the NWSL community who use their voices for positive change within the sport. We look forward to ACFC upholding its values to give our city, our fans, and our players what they deserve. Jason Nash also had a comedy show that he was going to be performing in on 4 different dates. So it was supposed to be in Salt Lake City, Utah, March 19th on 2 different time slots, and then March 20th on 2 different time slots. And I think he's doing it because Wise Guys Comedy reposted someone else's picture of the performance. So that's really strange. I bet if it was LA it would have been cancelled, but because it's Utah, maybe it's like a smaller community of Jason fans, so it wasn't, you know, as publicized, and they were just like, oh, just go ahead with it. Jeff has also been posting on Twitter regarding this whole situation. There's been a lot of back and forth. So someone said, interesting that he refuses to delete the sponsored videos but deleted something else. Could it be incriminating evidence of him and Toddy talking about providing liquor to underage girls like everyone remembers? And he says, I deleted the episode with Dom after finding out what he did. It's the same thing Netflix would do. He also posts, my heart goes out entirely to the victim. I'm truly sorry that you were in that situation, which I was not aware of at the time. The disgusting actions Dom has committed to you, I absolutely do not condone. I've done a lot of dumb things in my life, but if I was in the room where a girl was potentially going to get assaulted, I would absolutely never sit there and let that happen. As for my involvement in the video, was under the impression it was a consensual bit. I have absolutely nothing to do with nor any influence with this disgusting act, nor did I purchase anything to allow this to happen. I have tremendous respect for all women. I will not let any actions like this happen to anyone, with much love and respect. Now Trisha posted saying, David Dobrik really just tried to shift all the blame on Dom. Jeff and Todd went and bought alcohol for the girls. The vlog shows them not into it and then cuts to them in the room. Jeff replies saying, we didn't buy anything for anyone. I willingly called that reporter because I know I'm innocent in this situation. I'm not perfect, but I 100% didn't do what you're accusing me of, and I'm willing to go to any extent to prove it. And then she responds saying, how did the alcohol get there then? 3 girls from that night have come forward that you and Todd came back with the alcohol. You 2 went when Jason wouldn't do it. I was there. You 2 were listening in on camera with grins on your face. Then she also says, how do you explain underage girls getting the alcohol? How do you explain how the girls had a change of heart, as David said in the vlog? What was the convincing that happened? You guys were there at the start of the vlog and end. And he says, I can't explain what I don't know. I was there for 15 minutes. All I know is what you and only you are accusing me of is false. Now, Kat posts a tweet and delete from Jeff. So she says, Jeff tweeted and deleted this. 2 eyewitnesses told me that Jeff and Todd were the vlog squad members who purchased the alcohol. And it's tweets from him saying, it's the original one saying, I can't explain what I don't know. I was there for only 15 minutes. All I know is what you and only you are accusing me of is false. And then he says, maybe Dom bought it, maybe you did, maybe one of the girls did. I'm just saying it definitely wasn't me or Todd. Nobody told me anything. I thought it was a consensual bit. Sorry I didn't say hi at Starbucks that one time. And Kat also tweets out saying, on the phone, Jeff spent a lot of time telling me why Trisha Paytas wasn't a reliable source. He didn't have anything to say about the other girls who were there that night that remembered his involvement. So in the article, there's a direct bit that says, Hannah's friend, Sarah, who said she didn't drink that night because she was driving, told Insider she remembers Todd Smith asking the group what kind of alcohol people wanted. Sarah also said she remembers Smith and Jeff coming back to the apartment with Smith holding a bottle of Jack Daniel's whiskey. So it's not just Trisha that's saying it. Then there's Trisha saying Jeff filming with Brandon Cavillo months after it was proven he was dating a minor at the time of this video too. It's funny I get discredited because I speak up, but if everyone has a story regarding David, like come on. Should be noted, I didn't bring any of this to light. I've been sharing my story and I'll continue to. It's been other people's choices to come forward with their own. I don't know these other victims. I don't personally know Seth or Big Nick, but we are not connected. I have 0 personal problems with Jeff. 0. He said people with mental illnesses shouldn't be allowed a social media platform. So he's an idiot with no brain, but I don't have any personal beef against him. The fact that he's defending his friends by trying to throw me under is amazing. Where did the joke we're all going to jail even come from then? Don't hide behind, oh it's staged, oh it's edited. Jeff really out here saying they're all innocent besides Dom. He's missing the whole point. You are complicit. Where's the joke in pretending to watch people have they never consented to you watching? Jeff is 30 in that clip watching young fangirls. So dumb. I've been calling the story out. David, Jason, Brandon, Dom and Todd while I was still in it. I made the video exposing everyone while I was still in it, knowing I'd be kicked out. Who cares? It's dark and they all hide stuff. According to Jeff, you only delete videos when you're guilty. He says Dom is and deserves jail time, but you supported that guy when it was cool and he's part of David's cult. Why are you all of a sudden gone? You knew these allegations before and during. You think I'm mad at you because you didn't say hi to me at Starbucks? Jeff, I just retold the story because you ran out when you saw me because you're a coward. You act so tough like in your recent video threatening people, but you're just scared little boy. She printed what a victim said, and it's the bit that Sarah's explaining how, you know, they brought the alcohol back. I did leave because as soon as David asked Jason to go and I told him not to. You said you would and it was disgusting. I wasn't there when you came back, but that girl in the article, Sober, was. So you are in fact discrediting her by having a vendetta against me. Hey Jeff, I know you're more set on discrediting me than the truth, but I am not the only one saying you and Todd left and came back with alcohol. You're scared because you're losing sponsors. A woman was, you know, and you chalk it all up to jokes. So those are the tweets from Trisha regarding this situation. And then we have these TikToks that I'm going to play for you guys of people having weird interactions with the Vlog Squad. There's also one that's now been debunked. So there is a girl who posted one saying that she was a minor and David kissed her. And then she clarified and said that she was actually over the age of 18, but she was under the age of like drinking. And then she did a live stream where she basically said that she used the word underage for clout, just because more people would watch it. So that's just a really fun way to invalidate and mock actual victims and make people not want to believe them. Thank you very much. You did an amazing job. Anyway, that's that. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you can say that you enjoyed this kind of stuff, you know, it's a dark topic. Comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos every time something happens. Say that bell, you'll be notified when that's happening. Social media links, any other links in the description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.